On today's show, Anica and Hankey is in studio to recap all the games you missed last week. This morning, we all watched the cheerleaders being sent off for their competition, but where were they going? These stories and more on this edition of HTN Daily. What's Rock and Rock Nation? Welcome back to HTN Daily for our first show of 2021. There's been a lot of news happening around and Rock Hill and around the world for us to catch you up on, so stay tuned for these next few minutes and we'll get you up to speed. I'm Beau Cormican and we're live from Studio 1060. We've talked on the show before about what students can do if they want to join the military, but in case you forgot, Grant Johnson's here in studio with more information.
Thank you, Beau. Here are today's announcements. For any students who are interested in a future career in the Armed Services, the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery Test is being administered for students, allowing them to find out which Army job fits them best. The test is free of charge to students in the grades 10 through 12, and it will be offered on January the 29th. Head over to your Prosper ISD email where you will find a link to sign up and contact information. During the second semester, students were prohibited from eating in the upstairs commons areas as a result of students not picking up after themselves. All food must remain in the downstairs main cafeteria to help keep the building clean. Congratulations to Anna Bunk, Cambria Monaco, and Kennedy Tejas for winning the Texas Association of Future Educators Region 10-in contest, earning them a spot to compete at the state competition. The last day to order your yearbook is January the 29th. You can order at jostinsyearbooks.com for $65. However, Margie Raper, the Blue Hawk Yearbook Advisor, is offering a payment plan for any student who would like to break the cost into 4 smaller monthly payments. Come visit Ms. Raper in the newsroom 1063 to set up those payment options. After last Wednesday's insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, social media companies like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram have banned President Donald Trump from their platforms, and the House is potentially voting on a resolution this evening to urge Vice President Mike Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment. Well, if you're not sure what any of this means, we want to share some resources to help you get informed about these events. Allsides.com is a website that is a hub for news sites from all sides of the political spectrum. The MediaWise project, sponsored by the Poynter Institute, has a goal to empower everyone to be critical consumers of the content they read online. Now some vaccine news that might be promising for some of you guys. Monday, Collin County voted to contract several private companies to bring mega vaccination sites to the county. This will certainly benefit the 83,000 residents who are on the waiting list and allow for more citizens to get vaccinated. The county plans to open these sites as soon as the state ships them the vaccines, and the locations and opening dates will be announced on the Collin County website. Now, we wanted to keep the conversation going on our social media at rockhill.media on Instagram, so we sent out a poll, and we received over 200 responses.
There was a lot of responses. The question we asked was, would you get the vaccine if it was made available to you? I believe 63 people said yes, 67 actually said yes, they would get the vaccine if it was available, and over at no, we had 61 people saying no, so kind of even there. But then we had this middle one saying they're not sure about it, and it was the most votes, 73 people said, I'm not sure if I'll get the vaccine or not. It's a pretty even spread, actually, I think.
Most definitely. And with that many people being on the fence there, we wanted to ask kind of what people were thinking with this. So we got 2 really good responses that we're going to read here for you today. And it said, I would like to wait and see how the first wave of people do. Now, I think that's totally understandable.
I think that's fair, especially for as many people as we saw were unsure about it. Maybe seeing like how the first pack does, holding back. If something is clearly wrong with it, maybe then don't get the vaccine, decide then. Another response said, I do not think they have tested it enough, so I won't be getting it. Again, sort of if you see those glaring issues, maybe it'll change your mind on whether or not you get it. I know some people are wanting to get back to their normal life, but maybe if they're worried about the testing of it, maybe they won't get it.
Yeah, 100%. And thank you all so much for taking part in our survey today. And if you'd like to stay up to date on all of the COVID-19 vaccine information, stay tuned to our show and follow us on our social media pages.
Resolutions are something people do every year to have accomplishments, whether big or small. Khshaeta Cama went through the halls to see students' New Year's resolutions and how they're going so far.
New year, new you. Resolutions are made by 80% of people every year, but only 8% can keep them. Today I went around Rock Hill to see which students kept their resolutions. So what was your New Year's resolution?
To graduate and to finally move out.
My New Year's resolution is to like treat people better and treat people how they deserve to be treated. And I'm really working on my soul, my heart, because people, you know, they deserve the best out of you.
I don't have one.
Why not?
I'm lazy.
Why?
Because I am.
For the Steelers to win the Super Bowl. Last night, that's not happening anymore.
I actually didn't have a New Year's resolution. I didn't even stay up past 12.
My New Year's resolution was to get my driver's license.
To play in the NBA.
To play in the NFL.
How's that going so far? It's pretty going great, you know. I'm just saving up money to just leave.
It's going pretty good because, like my friends, like my friend DeAndre, I used to treat him bad, but now I treat him good. I think he's much more of a happy person now.
I'm getting my permit tomorrow, so like hopefully I get it by July. So.
I'm almost there.
I'm getting recruited by NFL scouts.
Well, since everyone else shared their New Year's resolution, I thought it'd be fair if I shared mine. Mine was just to make the best of my last 5 months as a senior. For HTN Daily, I'm Khshaeta Cama.
Last week was our first week back, and with that came winter sports. Anica and Hankey's in studio to recap boys and girls basketball and boys soccer on this edition of Season Pass.
Thank you, Beau. Last week, boys and girls varsity basketball played matchups against Princeton High School and Lovejoy High School. Boys basketball did take the win against Princeton with a score of 65-54, with Grant Shaw scoring 27 points and Jathan Jackson and Grant Jessen both scoring 12 points. They then traveled to Lovejoy and lost in a really close game with a final score of 55-57. Girls basketball also played against Princeton and lost by a point with the final score of 54-55. Sophomores Rebecca Jewett and Ariana Suggs were the team's high scorers with 16 and 12 points. They then went to play Lovejoy in their own court and won 47-32, with Rebecca Jewett finishing the game with a double-double by having 15 points and 13 rebounds. Rock Hill's boys soccer started off their week strong by beating McKinney High 8-0. Isaac Sorensen ended off the game with a hat trick. Anthony Reed had 2 goals, Caleb Zavala had 1 goal, and Mateo Cabrera had 2 goals. Following that game, they played 2 more games in a tournament. They lost the first game against Sam Houston 1-0 and won their next game 1-0 against Central Catholic. With Spirit UIL competition tomorrow, cheerleaders have been hard at work preparing themselves. Jed Henderson visited with team members and coaches before their send-off this morning to learn more about this big event.
Cheerleading can be a very intense sport at times, and with a UIL competition on Wednesday, the pressure is increasing on the team to perfect their act before spiriting out in front of the judges.
I think every coach is a little nervous for their students, but these girls have been working really, really hard this week, and so I'm really confident that they're going to go out there and they're going to do their best.
First, I think we're all nervous, but we've been working really hard for this, and I think that the past week of preparation after school every day has made us more confident about going into it. So,
ever since football season ended, the cheer team has been hard at work, constantly practicing their 3-minute routine for hours every single day in hopes of winning the competition.
Really, really tired. We pushed for, almost 2 hours of practice, doing it full out every single time, and it's a 3.5-minute routine, so it takes a lot out of them. But they just keep motivating each other, and I'm just really proud to see how far they've come in the last week.
With so much intense and lengthy training going on, along with a major change in their coaching staff right after Christmas break, you might wonder how they keep their cheery attitude up. Their answer? It's all about teamwork.
Yeah, just coming together, tightening things up, really working on their energy. I think it's just all about teamwork and motivating each other because, there's always your good days and your bad days. And so those girls that are having maybe a tougher day, the girls that are having a good day, just helping each other out day by day.
We have to put in a lot of energy and excitement, and we can't be complaining about it, and we can't be tired. We have to act super hyped up about it and stuff because we are cheerleaders and that's what we have to do.
For people that are unable to attend in person, you can watch a live stream of the event with a subscription on nfhsnetwork.com/associations/UIL/spirit. For HTN Daily, I'm Jed Henderson.
That's all for today's show. For HTN Daily, I'm Grant Johnson.
I'm Anica Hankey.
And I'm Beau Cormican. Mask up and rock on.